So when you go through divorce, it's kind of like having to learn a foreign language. There's so many new words that you've never heard of before that carry a lot of weight, and you really need to know what they mean. Um, so the question we're going to talk about today is, what's the difference between mediation and arbitration? Why do you even want to know the meaning of these words? Well, if you and your husband or your wife don't agree on the terms of divorce, it's going to be cheaper for you to go through either arbitration or mediation rather than going to court. So this will be a good first step for you to take, trying to prevent the cost of going to court. So the first question is, what is arbitration? So arbitration is when you and your husband or your wife hire a private judge to hear your case. So the thing you want to remember with arbitration is that whatever the judge decides goes. Like if they come out with a decision that you don't like, you can't like say, oh, never mind, I guess I didn't want to do that. That's the final word. So you have to be okay with whatever outcome the judge has for you. The benefit of doing it that way is, one, it saves you money than going to court, and two, you don't have to wait as long as you would if you were going to court. For me, I had to go to court several times. Or I should say, my spouse brought me to court several times, and every time we did that, there was like a 3 to 5 month wait for going to court. So I mean, our divorce drug out for more than 3 years. It was horrible, and a lot of it was just because every time an issue came up, there was a huge waiting period that we had to wait to get into court. So that cuts down on the amount of waiting time. So the second option that you have is mediation. So what's the difference between mediation and arbitration? Well, mediation is where both parties again agree to hire a certified divorce mediator. A lot of times it's also like a former judge, but they go through a certification process. So they're trained as divorce mediators. And their whole goal is to help you and your spouse arrive at an agreement. So they're not offering legal advice. You still probably have your attorney there representing you, but that the mediator is there as a neutral third party to try to help the process along. They offer information, but they don't offer legal advice. So the key to remember with that is that if you are feeling like the underdog at the negotiations table, the mediator is not there to help you. They're not there to represent your interests in getting a fair deal. They only care about arriving at an agreement. So if you're really concerned that you're being ripped off, if you're concerned that you're not getting your fair share of the finances, or you're you want custody and you're afraid that you're not going to get it, if that is if that's more of your issue, then mediation probably isn't for you. Also, keep in mind that mediation is not a good fit for you if you're have a hostile relationship with your ex. That was the case for me. So we did pay for mediation, but I mean, it was a horrible flop. I'm not saying that that's going to be the case for you, but at least for me, my divorce was we had very hostile relationship, and so mediation did not work for us. It was a wasted energy, a wasted expense, but hopefully that's not the case for you. I hear plenty of relationships that they're very amiable, and they're not out to hurt each other, and they just want to resolve the divorce very amiably. I'm jealous of you, but that's wonderful. Mediation then would be a good tool for you to use. I hope this video helped you learn something about the divorce process. If it did, subscribe to my channel, look in the description box below to get on my email list, and keep your chin up because you are an overcomer.